Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate all the love and support, you guys. All of my new subscribers, I see y'all. Thank you guys so very much. If you're new here and this is your first time coming across my channel, let me just tell you something real quick. You get me authentically over here. You get the authentic truth, the real, the raw, the uncut, straight, no chaser information, spiritual as well as what's going on physically here in the 3D amongst us as humanity. And I just want to say, I'm going to be the first person to tell y'all I don't know everything, but I do know some things, and I take from everything. Every day is a blessing, and we learn something new. You can even learn from a child. Like, I don't put myself in a box, I don't put God in a box. So with that being said, to me, that's genius. He make no mistakes. No such thing as accidents and coincidences. These are my beliefs, though. I'm not asking anyone to change their beliefs. I'm not trying to force my beliefs on anyone here. Okay, so let's be clear about that. Okay, we have free will to believe and do and make choices that we want to make. So, you make your own. But personal life experience has brought me here, all the way to tarot. And I love it here, actually. I enjoy reading the cards. I feel like I have spiritual gifts. I mean, I don't just feel like that. I've proven it to myself. Like, I've proven this to others. Like, I don't have to sit here and go through everything about what gifts I have. I have all the clairs. And I'm also a medium. Do I like it? A blessing and a curse. But God chose me. I didn't choose this. Okay, but I'm here. And He chose me from the hood, my ghetto ass, so I can reach other people probably from the hood. And if you ain't from the hood, that's fine too. God still brought you here for a reason. So I just want y'all to know that I appreciate y'all, no matter the race, no matter, the gender, no matter who you are. I accept people from all walks of life, okay? Because I know what it is to go through shit, and I've been through shit. So, at the end of all of it, you have to believe in something. You know what I mean? And for me, I've always believed in God before I did tarot, and I'm going to keep believing in God. I pray every day, okay? I don't have to show people how I pray. I pray in different ways, but I pray daily. It's much needed in my life. I walk by faith and not by sight, because if I did walk by sight, then it'll be an ugly sight. You feel me? I have no choice but to have faith in God. I know through personal life experience that God done showed me that He or she is real, okay? And again, like I said in the description box, male or female, God is the Alpha, the Omega. I'm talking about the real God. Some people believe there's many gods. I don't know about all that. I just know it's one true higher being, and I know this is inside of us. That's what I do know. I know it's not outside of us, okay? I've did readings in the past like this, similar to this. Y'all can scroll down. I left them up. They're always there, okay? If you want to just go back and look at them. And you can compare the two. It don't matter to me. You will know a reader is real in that way. Like, a lot of my stuff is channeled. I don't, go Google this or look it up and learn it. I like to go with the flow, and whatever comes out, okay? Um, a lot of stuff. I tend to pick up a lot on the future and events, and I come across even names that I don't see until later on in the future. So I know a lot of my stuff is futuristic, okay? Um, Only way to explain all of this is I started off being skeptic, but even then I always believed in God. I come from a background where I went to church sometimes 4 times a week. That's how I grew up. But as I grew up, we start to learn what we believe in and what we don't believe in. And we tend to create our own path to spirituality. I don't force my beliefs even on my children. I let them choose what they want to believe in. They don't have to believe in what I believe in. And so that's all I want y'all to know. Um, this came across my timeline. The thumbnail, does God exist? And we get messy on this channel. We be nosy on this channel, but we also heal over on this channel. And this is a healing channel. Hurt, pain, and love brought me here. So we always gonna talk about that on this channel, and we always gonna talk about God. Um, some people don't believe in God. I'm not one of those, okay? Um, and that's okay. I don't judge or knock nobody for what they believe in, okay? But God got a way of showing us him when he's ready or her when she's ready. So, you know, I'm in the process of starting to believe that God is a woman because with species, Mother Nature, everything, whether plant, animal, or human, everything to give birth is a woman. So it only makes sense for God to be a woman. But of course, we live in a man's world. We live in a matrix where it's been hella lies passed down, hella brainwashing, hella shit altered, hidden, and kept secret from us. So with that being said, I don't fucking know, and I'll be the first one to tell y'all I don't know everything. Some shit is just a mystery, and some shit will remain a mystery. It's been prophets, it's been great genius ass people before me trying to crack codes and figure this same shit out. And did they? My point. My point is it's okay not to know everything. Okay? We not God. So therefore we will never know everything. This shit's so deep. Spirituality, I mean. So deep. You can go down a rabbit hole and some people just don't come back. Like, don't be one of those people, but at the same time, learn. Okay? Learn. I am here to teach. However, I teach, I'm not no professional teacher, but I consider myself a spiritual teacher in some type of way. Shit. Um, I do this automatically before tarot, before the channel. It's just what I automatically do. It just God built me like this. Like he built me to ask questions, to be curious, all that shit. Led me here. Okay, to be hurt, to get here, and all of that. Like sometimes God plants you in places just so you can help others come out of those places. So I feel like I've been planted in tarot for that reason, to bring God to tarot. Okay, because who brings God to tarot? So many people against that. Like, oh, you're going to hell. You worship the devil. No, never that. Okay, but I've done readings in the past where I seen actually the devil sitting next to God, or feeling like that the devil and God was one and the same. But we gonna see. We gonna see what these cards say again. But I've already done those readings. They've been up for months, probably years. So go find them and check them out. But I'm gonna be the first to tell y'all I don't know all the time what I'm picking up and channeling. Sometimes it's revealed later and it makes sense later. Everything don't make sense right away. And God is just that mysterious and he move in mysterious ways. So with that being said, we call him a he because what they say, this is a man's world. Everything was based off he first before it was based off she. Just like men had rights before women had rights. You feel me? So that's where the whole he thing come from. But who knows if God is a woman, okay? We call her Mother Earth. We don't call her that because she's a man. I mean, come on now. Some shit is just common sense, okay? And a lot of people is just more comfortable with believing in what's been passed down to them, regardless of what times have changed. You know what I mean? Some people just more comfortable with that. Living in the matrix and living unwoke, okay, so to speak. They just feel more comfortable there because the truth hurts. And the truth will blow your motherfucking mind. You better be ready for the truth. That's all I know. I tell people, even when I'm doing personal readings, be ready for the truth, okay? Because I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I don't hold back nothing. I'm not going to tell you some shit just because you want to hear it. I'm going to tell you what the fuck I see, what I get with my spiritual gifts, and I'm going to tell you the real. I'm not here to please y'all and make y'all feel good. I'm here to speak truth and live in my truth. So authentically, that's what I'm going to do, whether y'all like it or not, okay? Again, I feel like whoever is meant to be here, whether religious, spiritual, God gonna send them. And whoever ain't supposed to be here, gon' get gone. Just like in your regular life. You feel me? And that shit don't stop on YouTube, okay? So I just wanted to say all that. We're going to do this reading. And I'm going to use several decks, y'all. I haven't used a lot of these decks in a while. I actually have God cards, okay? So we're going to pull them out today. We're gonna just see what the cards say. And I'm using several decks because I not only want to channel the energy first, but then we're going to see what comes out in tarot, okay? And then we're going to close this with Archangel Michael cards and my Talking to Jesus cards and my Talking to Heaven cards. And we're going to see what God got to say to us, okay? Because at the end of the day, like I said, we get messy over here and all that, but this is still a spiritual channel. It's just a real authentic channel. It's spiritual people, religious people that's messy as hell. Like, come on now. Like the video if y'all agree with me. I mean, some people, them be the worst kind sometimes. They feel like they holier than others and they shit don't stink and they just don't have no flaws and they don't learn. It's always healing. It's always learning. So you never stop, okay? Let's start there. And none of us is perfect. None of us is without sin. I don't care how holy they come across. But see, the thing with me is I'm going not hide anything from y'all because I can't hide it from God. So there's that. Like, I don't feel like it's no need to, because who is y'all? Okay? Only one I'm worried about is God. I done been through so much. I don't fear nothing but God. Okay? Do I fear the devil? Yeah. Because they're both very powerful. Okay? But at the same time, I don't fear the devil because I know God got me and God gonna protect me. So why would I fear the devil? Fears are really things that are what they say. The acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real. So I really believe that about fear because all the fears I done ever had, they manifested before my eyes, just so God can show me like it was not real in the first fucking place. And literally, I'm a walking testimony to tell y'all a lot of fears I had in life that actually happened to me and happened to those around me. And it was my biggest, darkest, deepest fears. You hear me? And they done manifested. And nothing like I thought it would. Okay? And of course, y'all can see I'm still here. So the shit couldn't break me. Okay? You got choices in life. The shit gonna break you or build you. You know what I mean? But it taught me that fears are just that false evidence of things appearing real. Okay? That it's just an energy. It's just another energy, another feeling. Everything is energy, even us. Nothing is really solid. It just appears to be. So you see how we get tricked every day. Even us thinking we are just human. You were spiritual first. You are a soul and a spirit first. Okay? Let's not forget this body dies. Your soul, your spirit don't. It transforms though. It changes, it transmutes, it go to different dimensions though. Okay? And those dimensions run concurrently, is what I'm hearing, with each other. So yeah, some people believe that past, present, and future is all happening at once and spontaneously, and I believe that's possible. I believe that my crossover loved ones that I still communicate with can see me. They're on the other side in another dimension, but we can't see that dimension unless they choose to appear. And I've had cases where I know people in my real life who don't even talk like that have had encounters with spirits and entities that chose to appear. Okay. And I've seen them, little as fuck, still a little baby. So you see, I have these gifts a long time and I ran from them. And then one day, again, another fear of mine was running from them. Scared. Scared of the unknown, scared of what I didn't know about, scared of spirits and demons and ghosts and shit. Because that's how we grow up, to be scared of that type of shit. Some people won't even watch scary movies. I love them. But anyway, God designed me like this. And like I said, it's all for a reason. God don't make no mistakes. Okay. And it's not because I'm the devil why I like scary movies. It was probably because in all the things and experiences I had in life was probably because I was supposed to end up here today. You know, God was preparing me. He said, I go there to prepare a place for you. I pave a path for you. You know what I mean? But you still got to walk that path. You know, it's like walking down the street and you don't know what's going to happen while you walking down the street. All kind of stuff could happen, um, jump out at you. You know what I mean? You could avoid getting hit by cars, but you don't know until you walk, right? And you might make it home. Some people don't. You feel me? And that's how this world is. Okay. Um, and everything ain't for us to know. That's why death fall under Uranus, the eighth house, you know, and all of that. Because if you knew when you would die and how you die, you wouldn't show up. And trust me, I read birth charts, okay? And I know it's ways that you can narrow it down and find out, but again, you got to be ready for that truth. And just because we know, don't mean we exactly know. I've came close to knowing or narrowing it down to different ways a person can die. I didn't even use dead people's birth charts and figured out, okay, so yeah, this the blueprint. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, this is really our path. And yeah, it really resonates with how this person died. So yeah, what? Everything is written. And when I first found out everything is written, our life is like a fucking movie from beginning to end. You God press play and it has to play. Like a movie. Like you sitting there watching a movie. Just like that. Real talk. And it's like once the movie is made, it's not too much changing it you can do. Like you can probably edit it certain parts, like we do with these videos and whatnot. But some shit, some houses can't be changed, and the eighth house is one of those houses. So it's a reason for that, and God created that. Cause if we knew, we wouldn't show up. We wouldn't. So I hope y'all understand that. So God is mysterious and he moves in mysterious ways. And I'm telling you, that job too big. I would never want to be God. Okay? God is great to be able to even handle each one of us individually, our problems, our issues, and what the fuck we got going on, right? Plus, what's going on in the world amongst the animals and shit. Like, you feel me? That's a big ass job, you know? So, yeah, some shit you just got to give to God, okay? So, this one of them. But we gonna see anyway what these cards say. So that's 20 minutes almost of me talking about God and why I'm doing this video. Um, let's just get started. I'm gonna pull several decks. I'm gonna start with Shenandoah, okay? So y'all bear with me. Does God exist? I'm gonna start with this deck. Let's see what the cards say. Does God exist? Does God exist? Show us in the cards. Dear Spirit and Universe, I ask that you clear the energy for this reading. I ask that you protect everybody that's watching this reading. I ask that you use me as a vessel to clearly and accurately deliver the messages about you and you existing. And I ask that you prove to these subscribers how real you are. And I appreciate you. I ask that you forgive us for what we said wrong, thought wrong, and did wrong. A lot of people know not what they do. They know not what they say. And I know you take care of babies and fools. So with that being said, take care of us. You know, whoever fall under the categories. And whoever is supposed to teach the world about you, help them to do it. And keep protecting them through it. Amen? Okay, so first card that came out, 41. Look at the card, because I'm at the channel. So asking the question, does God exist? And I get this card first. First of all, what I notice about this card is card number 41, which equals 5 in numerology. So that talks about changes. And then if you see this picture, it's basically, it looks like, it appears to be one person in the mirror looking at themselves. But if you see these little million dollars down here, it's almost given that this person get up and could be many faces. They can put on many faces. You know, if they don't like the face. When I look at this card, it's basically telling me if this person could be able to change disguises or faces, energy even, like is what it's giving me. Like this card always gave me that. Like I always notice these little minions down here, and they always look like her face. Like I get a woman that gets up not happy with the way she looks, and it's almost like, you know, sort of like how we get up every day and we be like, some of us do this because shit, I know I do. I got multiple personalities, so it's like with every hairstyle change, I change, my attitude change, and it's like, what bitch do I want to be today? Okay, so it's kind of giving that with God. Like God is able to like change faces. Okay, is what I'm getting. God is able to change. With this being the card number 5, okay? That's what it's giving me. God is able to look, and then we have this mask right here. We have this. I'm sorry, y'all. Everybody want to call me every time I go live. Like, stop it. I get back to them. But you see these masses here? That's why I say what I say. It's almost looking like somebody don't like what they see in the mirror. You know, this gives me somebody with low self-esteem, low self-confidence, even somebody not liking their looks, right? But with this card, it gives me somebody able to change. Okay, stay hard. You not staying here. You about to go. Because you just ignorant. Let's go. Not only is you getting put in time out, but I'm about to block you. Because what the fuck? Come correct or don't come at all. It's that simple. You saying all that and we talking about God. Lord have mercy on your soul. The fuck? So yeah. Sorry guys. So yeah, it's giving me God is able to change faces or energy. It's giving me God is possibly able to. Yeah. And as y'all can see from this first picture, God is a woman in this picture when we talking about God. And we just channeling, but God is showing up as a woman and not a man here. See what I'm saying? So let's keep going and keep pulling cards and see what else comes out. But it's giving me God is able to change, okay? And that's all I'm seeing with that card. God could be whoever he wants to be, put on whatever face he want to put on, be whatever energy it want to be, or spirit, okay? That's what I'm getting with that card. The next card we got is card number 17, right? Yeah, that's a 17 that equals 8. And we have this card, Libra energy. Libra energy gives me judge, jury, court, law, right? God is all that. The biggest judge, the biggest jury, the biggest law. It's man's law and God's law. But we talking about God's law. But when I look at this picture, it's even showing me fallopian tubes, okay? Fallopian tubes. So again, hinting that God could be a woman. It also has the yin and the yang symbol. So God could be male and female as well. And this is a man. Okay? Is what it's giving me. Now you might get something different from the cards. That's why I show you all the cards so y'all can look at them. But this person is looking like a ballerina trying to find balance. This card is my balance card in this deck. This card is my justice card in this deck, right? And it's card number 17, which equals karma. As above, so below. 17 goes to an 8. So you see how that's as above, so below. We still talking about God. God could be above and below. It's what this card is saying. God could be yin or yang. Is what this card is saying. God could be male or female. Is what this card is saying. Do y'all see it? The justice card, the judgment card in most decks talk about balance. It talk about balancing of the scales, right? It talks about two things, you know? Um Being weighed, right? When we think about scales, with this being Libra energy, again, it's giving me God is all that. God is yin and yang. God is male and female. God is able to change. As above, so below. God could be here on earth as well as there in heaven if he chooses to do so, or she, okay? That's what it's giving me. No lie. Let's go to the next card. Showing up again, that yin and yang energy. Okay. This card number 11, which you can't break the 11 down. It's a master number. God is the master. okay, of all masters, okay, of all ascended masters. But with this card, it's giving me, it gives me somebody with talent, actually. This is really my divine masculine card in this deck, actually. It's my twin flame card in this deck, okay? And so, yeah, that's why it has the yin and the yang energy, but it's out here twice, right after the yin and yang energy in the justice card. Um, God is creative. God is an artist. Okay, that's what that card is giving. But it's showing me music. It's showing me um, what's standing out to me is the music. It's showing me a book, right? And in that book, it has musical notes on it, like somebody writing notes in the book, okay? And this is the person playing it, those notes, right? So it's almost like that could simply be like the book of life, you know what I mean? What we know about books and even musical notes that's wrote down, they teach us, right, how to what? Know the music. Um, so a person can play it, right? And become great, right? So that's what we see a lot of pianists doing and stuff like that. Alicia Keys, for an example. You know, it ain't just we ain't just talking about celebrities. I got people right here, Mickey Baby, for example, this girl I know right here where I live, that played the piano. Like we look at these notes. Like I didn't even went to church where they had these notebooks where it was like during choir, you can go over these books to like know the songs or whatever. That's what it's giving me. God comes with this book, you know, whether you want to call it the book of life or whatever, it's just giving me like the Bible, like the word, you know, and how we are here to be taught and to perform it. You understand? So I don't know, but it's something there with that book of notes in the music. You know, I always feel like music quenches the soul. That's for sure. But there's something there. I can't quite put my hand on it right now, but it's still giving, you know, God is yin and yang, okay? Masculine and feminine energy, okay? And when we talk about twin flames, okay, since this sign is out here twice, we talk about the divine feminine and masculine energy, right? And God is both of those. So that's what it's telling me. God could be both feminine and masculine energy. And y'all know how they say that the devil is the most beautiful thing. Like, this person looks beautiful to me, male or female on here. But also, you would look at this person and say, damn, is they sick? They look a mess, right? But see, this the thing. That's just telling me that God could be ugly people and beautiful people, okay? I don't know. I'm just channeling. But let's keep going. I don't know. It's just giving me God is able to change and just giving me shapeshifter, okay? And God is powerful, so why wouldn't he be? Or why wouldn't she be? And then we have card number 26, which is another 8, okay? This card always talked about how abundance in life is for me inside of somebody's head, right? So if this was God, it would talk about life, right? And God having the keys, right? And opening up doors. the power to open and close doors, okay? A reflection, but hiding behind the reflection of who he really is. Like, so, and then you see those books again, right? Something about those books. So, what do we know about books and words and notes? Guess what? Um, we know that they can be spells. We know that. We know that even words have power, right? That's why your tongue is powerful. Written words as well, written notes. So, God is the word, is what this could be saying. But it's given like this person wearing a mask, but also holding a mirror. It's given God is a reflection of us. It is. But it's hidden, right? It's hidden who God truly is. That's why this person has on a mask. Okay. And just like we wear masks, we are a reflection of God. We wear masks too. I mean, come on now, be real. Some of us, we wear masks, put on performances, we change who we want to be every day. You feel me? So it's giving me God has the power, the keys to be able to do this as well. You know? Has the key right here. And the door is like gold. And I'm sorry, it's just like this person having the power to open that door. This is also showing me every door you go through is like another dimension or another place, right? So God has the ability to be able to open up doors and go to these different places, is what this card is telling me. And it's also like when it comes to life, use your brain. Like, it's also showing me God is up here. When we talk about life, the tree of life, and God, it's showing me that God is up here in your consciousness. Okay? But it's also like when we talk about this being one body, it's hidden, or this person is hiding this, or it's a mask being worn. God wears a mask. Okay? It's almost like God don't really want us to know. It's like use your brain when it comes to life. That's what this card gives. And educate yourself. These books could also have things to do with education, whether they notebooks with the notes in them or words. Like they teach you, books teach you things, right? You learn from books. Okay? So it's almost like telling me that, with this mask on, God is, showing me like, many people have not never seen him, and but he's capable, he's able to do these things, is what I'm getting. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have card number 34, which is 7. That's my God number. Okay, that's one of them. 7 is a very spiritual number. It's also a number of challenges. Okay. But this is like a breakthrough, somebody breaking free. When I look at this card, again, God is able. Okay, you see this horse, it's like basically transforming from looking dead to alive right here, and that's what I get. And then I got these dummies right here, Pinocchio and Raggedy Ann or whatever. This represent the people. Okay, how they're dead. Okay, and this horse is dead. That's what it's looking like to me, but it becomes alive, right? So with that being said, it's given God is alive in spirit. You see how that spirit came out of that horse? God is spiritual. That's what this is showing me. Okay? God is spiritual. And this is horse year. Okay? But I'm just saying, God can even transform to different animals. I already said that. Like, this is how powerful God is. Okay? Magical, even. Genius, right? Um, This reminds me of a circus or a little play, right? Or a puppet show. But I'm getting this white horse. White represent purity. That's God. And we just the circus. We just the theatrics that's being played out. Like whether we are the dummies or as at the puppet show, or like the the actors or actresses being brought to life. This is the world we live in. And you see how God is able to break out of this globe, right? That also tells me about the world. Maybe it is round. Maybe we do live in a dome. Okay? And God is above that, able to break out of that or whatever. But also, as above, so below. It's right here. And of course, we, the people, would be down here when we talking about God. Okay, so that's the way I'm seeing this card. This horse literally became a spirit and broke free or broke through. That's what the way I see that card. So, and it's not white for no reason. White represents God. What they say, I wear all white because I'm feeling godly. It represents purity, cleanliness, okay? Etc., etc. Do your research. But anyway, that's just showing me that that's God, and that's how powerful God could be. Is showing you He could be uh, human, animal, any species, maybe any objects. God is word, God is spirit, as well as And then I even hear people say we already dead or already in hell. I believe, even watching videos and readings in my past, I've read and watched a couple about reincarnation and about near death experiences with people. And I heard their stories, right? And it talks about how, some people went to heaven or they went to hell. And all of them was similar but different. You know what that is? Because we all individually made, and we all make our own heaven and hell, I feel. Like, that's just what I feel though. But I don't know everything. But we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep going to the next cards we're going to use. Now, I wanted to use my past life decks because, if anything, before everything, there was God, right? So God would have been here in the past. So that's why I'm got it to use this deck, okay? It talks about a lot of things that happened before us. So let's see. When we talk about God and does God exist, I feel like God exists spiritually speaking. God is consciousness, and God is in any and everything, okay? God is powerful, God is genius, and again, God don't make no mistakes. But does God exist? Look, first card out, galactic. When I think of this, I think of the stars. The stars and what they call space. But this card, I had to look it up because I really don't know what it means. But it was saying something about your first time here. God is the Alpha, right? And the Omega. It gives me universe, right? God is galactic. That's what this card is telling me. Okay? God is galactic. And I'm going to look that word up again, and I'm going to post it in the comment section because I don't forgot the exact meaning, but we need to know that. Because it explains something about God here. But God could even be the stars, okay? And how do we know really what stars are? Like, I done heard they different planets, they different chakras. You done heard so much stuff, right? I done heard space don't even exist. But that's the thing about what you hear. You can't just go off of what you hear. You got to do your own research. You got to, if you can, have your own personal life experience with these things, right? It's not always good to just go off of what's passed down to you. That's unhealthy because, a lot of lies was passed down to us, right? So that's why I say that. But God is galactic. We're going to just leave that there and pull some more cards. It's also giving me God is ether, okay? We got transportation. God moves. And you see the word trans right here, right? That's important though, because we transmute energy. We transfer, right? God is able to you know, transportation. God is able to change. It's still giving change, right? That's really what I'm noticing about this card. That's the first thing I noticed was the word trans, okay? Transportation takes you places, right? We all need transportation to take us places. God taking us places too. But it's also telling me transportation is a form of movement. God moves, okay? That's what it's telling me. I'm going to leave that there. Okay, so we got Egypt. And it's giving me a pyramid. So it's a lot of people that don't know how the pyramids was created. They even say a lot of them is here in the United States. And since they changed the calendars, the Mayan calendars, they changed directions. So north is mixed up with south and south is mixed up with north, east and west the same. So who the fuck knows, okay? If they did so much to hide a lot from us, it's possible, right? But with this pyramid, it's just showing me ancient. Like, because who was here first? The Moors, the Egyptians, you know what I mean? God is ancient. Okay, that's what this card is telling me. Okay. And God could have ties to Egypt. Okay. Um, I believe that's where Jesus was supposed to be born at, right? Or was it Africa? Or are they the same? Shit, I don't know. Let me see. Let's keep going though. But with the pyramid, like allegedly, Egyptians built the pyramids and put things inside of them, like scribes and writings. Remember, and they told a story. So in different ways, even that was God. Okay. And we have art again. This giving me the same guitar right here. Music. It's giving me music. What is music? Vibrational, right? God is vibration. God is creative. God is vibration. God is even in the music, like literally. Again, God is an artist. That's what that's giving me. Anytime anybody play a musical instrument, sing, rap, the guitar, whatever, they are an artist, right? They perform, they get on stage, and everybody see them, and they can become greats. We got some great players, you know, no matter the arts. We got great singers, rappers, pianists, stuff like that. Who was known for that? I know a couple of people was known for great things. As far as music go, I don't know why I'm hearing Nostradamus, but it's a lot of great musicians, okay, from back in the day. I just feel like, just like they came and was created, they co-creators as well when it comes to God. We all are. So if they able to do it, guess what? God is too. God is too. God is the first artist, the first creator, right? So where do you think we get it from? The building, the knowledge of the stars, the buildings, the music, the cars. God installed all of this in us mentally, okay? In our brain. So again, it's telling me God is spirit, God is consciousness, okay? God could be orbs, okay? As well. But yeah, that's what these cards giving. And let me pull one more. Jesus is Lord, okay? See, and then this my thing with that, because so many people are lost, like literally. God is a jealous God, they say, right? If you know anything about the Bible. And I don't like how a lot of people go through life worshiping Jesus instead of God. Like, okay, it's stories about Jesus is God, he was God on earth. I get that part. But Jesus is Yahshua and God will be Yahweh. So if they both in heaven together, how? Like how? Make it make sense now. What happened was God sent Jesus down here with his spirit, or he was in his spirit in his body, like he is in ours. You feel me? And for me, because Jesus was man, whether he sinned or not, he was still man, right? And so we are man. So we are made in his image as well. So yeah, it makes sense. But if we was to die, we not gonna go to heaven and become God. It's still gonna be the Alpha and the Omega. Jesus is not that. So I don't like when people be like, praising Jesus. You praise Jesus more than you praise God. But that's just me. That's just what I don't like. I feel like people know not what they do. So they always calling on the name of Jesus so much they barely call on God. That's all I'm saying. Ain't no right way or wrong way to know God, praise God, I feel, because God understands. His thoughts is not ours, but I feel like God understands we been lied. We've been tricked. We don't know. We all just assuming and trying to figure it out. Love life. God is love. I'm not surprised that this came out. With that card, I'm getting God is love, okay? We just had Valentine's Day. God is love. And for many of us, God could be the love of our life. Yes, this is true. Don't know what you're going to do without him, but God is love. And we also have lessons and blessings at the bottom. So God is time, right? They talk about Saturn being in charge of time. Some people think the planets are gods, okay? Yeah, Saturn rules Capricorn. I am that. I hate it. But it teaches me discipline. It teaches me structure. Even when I fuck up, it put me in line. It's really the Father, right? So God can even be the planets. That's what I'm getting with this. And God teaches lessons and blessings. Like I said, we all here learning lessons. You know, I learned the word blessings means to be less. I even got it tatted on me. Heaven bless life. I want to get it covered up now because now I know that words can be spells. So when you think about it, be less. When you talk about your life, you can get less. I don't know. It's just you got to pay attention to root words because everything started as a root word, okay, and branches off of that. Like alphabet wasn't even created to the 1600s. Okay, so think about that in itself. Math was here first, and even the letter J wasn't here until the 1600s or something like that. So that's why it's been said that you know before all that, Jesus, nobody could say his name. YW, I believe that's how it went. But anyway, it was supposed to be not said Yahweh because it was holy. So people didn't deserve to speak it, okay? Um, but God is just a title at the end of the day. It's not his name. And people have many names for God, just like they got many names for the devil, right? And if you think about us, we all got a higher and lower vibration, a higher and lower nature, and so does God. And this is why I say God and the devil can be the same. When we talk about twin flames, especially, it's supposed to be a other half, same soul, different bodies. One male and female, usually. Sometimes they can be two males, two females. Some people even say they don't have to be romantic. They could be platonic. And they could be your mother, your father, or somebody like that. People say a lot of things. And like I said before, anything is possible and nothing is impossible. I take from everything and I don't apply everything to life, but I listen to everything, you know? So God teaches lessons and provides blessings as well. Okay? So let's see what deck we're going to use next when we talk about God. And is God real? Let's go to tarot. Wait, I want to pull the environmental cards and see what comes out. Just a couple of these real quick. Is God, do God exist? We got the wind. Okay, what we know about wind? Air, right? Everywhere. You can't see it. It's colorless. But you know that wind is out there, right? Blowing. It'll blow your ass across the street sometimes, right? God is the elements of the earth. I already said God is ether. God is the wind. God is the air, the water, the fire, and the earth, okay? And then you see those butterflies. Again, change. God is able to change. Go through metamorphosis is what I'm hearing. Yeah, like magic, baby. Again, I didn't even notice this is 14, the card we started with, which was 41. Both of them equaling 5. And these butterflies are simply telling us, again, God is able to change, shapeshift, or be anything, is what I'm getting with the wind here. When you think about wind, you can't see it, right? But that should have hit you. That should have hit you. But enough of the wind, you see a tornado, right? Being formed. But, that's what I'm getting. God changes. God is able to change, transform. That's what it's telling me. From spirit to human as well. I'm seeing that. Consciousness to space in the ethers. We got winter. So now it's giving me natural disasters and weather. This card number 28, which equals 10. 10 breaks down to a 1. But what I'm noticing is it's cold in this card. I hate the winter. I hate the snow. It's outside right now. But it's just telling me that God could be kind of cold sometimes. And don't tell me that he can't. Even in the Bible, it says God has wraths. And God, the vengeance is his. So he takes vengeance. So y'all can miss me with all that. Oh, when it's something good happening, oh, it's God. When it's bad, it's the devil. No, God has wrath as well. Karma's a bitch. And guess who rules karma? Saturn. Like time. I'm just saying. God ruled everything, though. So, yeah, the first and the last. Um, is giving, he can be even the weather. I was just talking about tornadoes. Now, this looks like a winter storm. It's snowing. You feel me? He can even be precipitation if he wanted to. Like, that's what's crazy. God is everywhere. The first and the last able to change. That's what I'm getting with these cards. And lastly, we got the plants. The plants. Then I say God is fire, water, earth, right? All of that. God is the plants too. What we know about plants? They have electricity, the real ones, and they are living beings, right? Living beings. Even the tree, it died and is reborn. Okay? Just talking about the seasons. What they do? Change, right? That's what it's showing me about God. And you see that butterfly again. God is able to change. It's card number 7 again. Yeah. So yeah, do God exist? It's showing me that God exists in everything. Everything you can fucking think of. Yes. At the bottom of the deck, we got stones. Just giving me the minerals of the earth. Okay. Crystals, stones. I look at this card as a healing card. Okay. And y'all see that little minion right there. I don't know why I just heard, you know, wow. God is big people and little people too. Like I don't know why I just heard that, but anyway, this card number 32, which is another five. Okay, God can change. That's what God is, change. Okay, if I had to sum it up with just these cards I just pulled, I would say God is change. God is able to change and be any and everything God wants to be. Real talk. And it gave you examples. I'm not gonna repeat them all, but y'all heard me. I showed y'all. So we're gonna go into tarot. Y'all can take from that what y'all will. I'm not telling y'all have to believe what I'm saying and what's coming out in these cards, but I'm just telling y'all what's coming out in these cards. So I just want to ask something real quick. What's the purpose of God's plan here on earth? Can you show us? What is the purpose of God's plan with humanity here on earth? This card want to come out. See how it's sticking out? Financial and material changes, and that's another five. Again, five. Change. What is God's purpose and plan here on earth for humanity? Financial and material changes? I don't know what that's trying to say. We got rejoice and celebrate at the bottom, three. Card number three. This is about celebrations. This is about coming together through changes, through financial and material changes. I know, they say this world is the devil because so many people focus on the wrong things, the worldly things, which is money and material shit, right? So this is people coming together, focus on that, basically. God's purpose with humanity here. This would be humanity going through these changes, where they celebrating, they drinking, they happy, right? But they going through financial and material changes, or this is what they focus on, right? Um, God's purpose here, and then it's an eight together, right? As above, so below. Um, the cycles. It's telling me something about the cycles when it comes to people, humanity here on earth and financial and material changes. You come here to have fun and get money. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what I'm getting. To have these experiences. And it's a cycle of these experiences is what I'm getting. What is God's purpose for humanity here on earth? That can't be hard for me to believe, but let's just see what else come out. I got a chakra card. I'm not going to take it, but we got rest and rejuvenate. But that's the solar plexus chakra. Rest and rejuvenate. That's my four swords in this deck. What's at the bottom of the deck? What did it say? Transformation. I was about to say transportation. Again, that trans word. I know it's tore off, but that's what it say. Transformation. Okay. I look at the four swords in other decks, and sometimes it look like somebody laying in a casket, somebody dead, right? The change, the dead. The transform the dead. Okay? Or the God is here. The purpose here for humanity on earth is to change or transform from being dead. to have more fun. What? That's what I'm getting. The first cards was like, okay, you here to celebrate, enjoy basically the fruits of your labor with the rejoice and celebration cards with the financial and material changes, right? It was giving, okay, you here to have fun, be happy, get money. Okay, so it's also telling me that God is changing people, right? It's Beauty and the Beast, man and beast, right? From being dead. Okay, this is when somebody take a break, they resting, they checking out, changing the dead is what I'm hearing. So whether this is people spiritually dead, emotionally dead, mentally dead, or dead, somehow this could be reincarnation too. Like God is able to change the dead, um, trans transform the dead. I don't know. Like the purpose is to change again, transform. And I only think I'm getting this from being happy to somebody feeling tired. You know. So let's keep going. We're gonna get two more cards. Then we're gonna go into tarot. OMG. Everybody wants to call me. Let me hurry up. Because I'm not taking no phone calls right now. This is God's time. We have the Suffering in Silence card. We have the Suffering in Silence card. This card number 9. That's closely connected to God and spirituality. Life Path 9s. Learn about it. Uh, this is someone suffering in silence. And then we have the sacral chakra, the third eye chakra, and we have wisdom. Okay, I'm not taking the chakra cards. But wisdom is here, another 5. To teach wisdom. The purpose for humanity is those who suffer in silence, to teach them the wisdom. Okay? God is the teacher. And he has to have students, right? That's who we are. Those suffering in silence. Again, whatever you're suffering from. To teach you wisdom, to change, give you wisdom. I said, what is God's purpose here with humanity and people when it comes to the world? So I'm still getting change. Change, when we talk about wisdom, we're talking about our thoughts, what we know, right? Knowledge, okay? To teach and learn, right? But we're here to change teachings and things we were taught and learned. I'm sorry, somebody outside hollering and I didn't know who it was. All these people keep calling me. Never know what's going on. But I give it to God until I'm done with this reading. But yeah, God is telling me the purpose with humanity is for change, no doubt. And the changes have to do with material and financial things, as well as knowledge, and something about those suffering in silence and those who celebrating. Okay? And those who just feel dead, if that makes sense. Okay? And at the bottom of the deck, we got firm foundation. Okay? That's my divine masculine in this deck. We see mountains in the background. Okay? This represent man. Okay? And I can't help but to notice this is card number 4. It talks about family foundations, right? Structure. It says firm foundation on the card. So God is here to get, if anything, the humanity, a firm foundation, to change the foundation, right? That's what's coming through. What foundation? The knowledge of the foundation, The foundation being the earth, right? Being our home, what we call home, right? God is a teacher, a guru. You see spirituality all here, but you also see people, people that's happy, people that's suffering, people that's standing strong, people that's focused on happiness and riches and material shit. So it's giving me God is here to set a firm foundation. Um, God is here to teach the people how to have a firm foundation here on earth with the changes that we going through or to make changes. And that's going to be the summary of does God exist? God is the foundation, is what the cards is telling me. He don't just exist, but he is the very foundation of earth and beyond, is what I'm hearing. So, before we get into tarot, let me pull one more deck. The healing cards. What is God purpose here for humans on earth? What is our purpose? All of us can have different purposes. It don't have to be big purposes like, some people we know been assassinated for their big callings and big purposes, but some is just as little as being a mother or being a father or getting your own house in order. All of our purposes are different, and some of us have more than one purpose. So remember that. But when it comes to our purpose as humanity here on earth, what does God want us to heal? We have the first card, which is 4, talk about foundations, and it says nurture. God wants the people to nurture the foundations of the earth, of themselves, okay? That's what I'm getting. This looked like a lady with the fish and the earth in the background with the water. It's just God want us to take care of and nurture the earth, okay? Is what I'm getting. And everything in it. The people, the fish. Y'all see this card. I said, what is God's purpose with humanity here on earth? To nurture. To take care of us as well as the earth. What else? This is what God is trying to heal through us, humanity. We have unconditional love. This card number 42, which equals 6. 6 is the number of family, of harmony, of balance, right? And this says unconditional love. So God is love, remember? God is here to take care of humanity and teach humanity unconditional love or give it to humanity because the world lacks love. The world lacks nurturing right now. So this is the purpose for humanity here on earth as far as God go. Why he put us here? That's why. So we can nurture and take care of one another and show unconditional love to each other. Period. That's what I heard. Bring balance to the people as well as the earth. For us to come together. See, this card go from one person in the picture to 2. So, even though we all born here individually, right? Even twins don't come out at the same time. It's one always older than another. So we all born individually. And we here to network, to come together and show unconditional love. That's the purpose of humanity here on earth when it comes to God. These are healing cards. So this is what God is trying to heal in us and in the earth. Then we have grateful. And again, we see that butterfly. This card number 47, which equals what? 11. You don't break 11 down. That's the master again. The master telling us, which would I say, the master is God. The master telling us to be grateful, okay? No matter the changes. She's looking at this butterfly. God is a butterfly. Remember I said that. The butterfly, what do a butterfly do? It changes, it transforms. It turns from what they call them, a caterpillar walking on the ground. And the caterpillar could look ugly to a beautiful butterfly. You feel me? It changes though. It go through metamorphosis. That's what God do. This woman is looking at this butterfly like, is that you, God? Be grateful. God is trying to teach people too how to be grateful here on earth. When it comes to, loving each other and one another as well as God. Be grateful for the changes that you go through. Okay? God is trying to heal this in the people. It's so many people here that's ungrateful. They wake up every day so caught up in the worldly ways, all they can focus on bills and money. They're not even grateful. They don't even thank God. God, thank you for waking me up today. Just saying. I ask, what is God's purpose with humanity here on earth? I created this, is what God is saying. Be grateful for the experience of just being. One more card. God is saying a lot of people is not being nurtured, taken care of, and a lot of people is not nurturing and taking care of other people. God is saying a lot of people don't have unconditional love, and a lot of people just without love. God is saying a lot of people is ungrateful and need to be more grateful. So this is why we all here. Lastly, and I love it, we have card number, what number is this? 15, another 6. And at the bottom it says growth. We all here to grow and evolve. I say it all the time. What is God's purpose here on earth with humanity? Growth, evolution. None of us are supposed to stay stuck. People are not growing, okay? Why? There's many reasons. But God wants us to grow, to evolve. What I'm noticing in this picture is the gold. The gold. Okay? Growth. Gold and growth begin with G. God began with G. And I'm just channeling. God brought us here for growth at the end of the day, guys. Growth. So if you're not growing, you're not doing what you're supposed to do here. Period. At the bottom of the deck, we got listen to your body. Card number 27, another 9. This card always give me a monkey on your back or the devil on your back or whatever, right? And when I say monkey, it's really just a saying. Some people say, oh, they got that thing on their back. And that could be meaning a lot of things, but negative things. It means somebody ain't taking care of themselves. Somebody not listening to their body here, right? This could be your intuition, whatever. The body. It could be the body, your body, physically, from head to toe, or it can be the body of the earth, okay? But God wants you to listen to your body, right? That's what the cards say. Listen to your body. And you got a lot of people out here telling you, oh, don't believe the voices in your head. Don't believe what you get in from inside of you. That's the devil. It can't be God. Why not? Why, when I'm talking to somebody, an entity or a spiritual being or something like that, it got to be the devil or demons? Why it can't be God? But yet y'all go to church and y'all pray and y'all say all type of shit and y'all claim y'all talking to God, but I can't? Make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. See, a lot of people not listening to their body, their intuition, right? Or even listening to Mother Nature because she talks. Y'all better wake the fuck up. God is saying y'all don't listen. Y'all hard-headed. Y'all ungrateful. Y'all not growing. Y'all don't have love. And y'all not taking care of each other. That's how I'm hearing it. This is God's purpose with humanity. Mind y'all, I'm channeling. Let me see. Let's go into tarot. Okay, I heard cut them, so I'm going to cut them. And then I cut them in threes. 3 is the number of Trinity. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. At the bottom of the deck, we got the 9 of Pentacles. We came in this world, we going to lead by ourselves. We going to lead this world by ourselves. Okay? But when we talk about God, we talk about God and us being one, right? Well, we know this person is single. We know this person is a hard worker. Works hard. This almost look like the Garden of Eden or whatever, somebody with riches and abundance, right? That's God. And there is a bird, which is representing a messenger, right? I'm just the messenger. God's messenger. And God used us as well as animals in that way, right? But God is just like this person, this 9 of Pentacles person. Lavish, abundant, right? And God got his own, right? Independent, okay? God is only one God, okay? That's what that card is telling me. Like, regardless of what people saying, we know this is one person. Even in love, in a relationship, this is somebody who's single. So it's telling me that God is God all by him or herself, okay? And again, it's a woman. You will see a woman out here in the garden before you will see a man, but you see men out here too. So we ain't gonna even play like that. But that's God. Very independent. Got his own. You feel me? Don't really need nobody for nothing. And I can't help but to notice this person is in a robe, okay? A robe. God is, and robes giving me royalty, okay? It giving me somebody very important. Like the judge wear a robe, shit, who else? Pastors, shit, whoever wear a robe. Even some queens and kings wear them motherfuckers. You know, that's what I'm getting. God is God all by him or herself. Number 9, again, closely connected to God. Anyway, does God exist? The 9 of Pentacles is out here. God is one, okay? That's what I'm getting from that card. At the bottom of the deck, we got the 7 of Cups. So that's telling me this is like an illusion, a fantasy, confusion. It's also options, right? Remember I told y'all God has many things. God could be many options if you choose to do so, right? We got different things coming out of these cups. We got a snake, we got jewelry, we got everything. Like, we got everything coming out of these different cups. Those cups give me trophies. Those cups also give me like different things inside of them, right? They also in the clouds, in the sky, or what we might call heaven, you know. It's just giving God could be here on earth as well as in heaven. God could be many things or one thing. That's what it's still giving me, okay? God can choose, again, with this being choices, to be whoever he wants to be, or she, okay? This one single person that has a choice, okay? God makes the decisions as well with the 7 of Cups, okay? God is somewhat like a fantasy, right? With the Seven of Cups. Why the Seven of Cups here? Because he's so mysterious. He or she. Why the Seven of Cups here? The Tower. With the Five of Wands. See, this is God, right? And guess what I'm seeing? God transforming to many different things or many different people. This is my other people's card. More than one, multiple people. Okay, and it's conflict here. This is like a shock, a surprise, or something that happened out of the blue. Okay, this is just showing me God is able to, again, transform to people, to things. Okay, the tower is the ending and the beginning. So this is him transforming to different things. That's the way I'm seeing it. Suddenly, shockingly, right, with the tower. I can transform to people or things in heaven, right? These people on the ground, these things in heaven, or whatever. That's the way I'm seeing it. And this is the tower. Even if these was people, because these could be other people, other options too, right? Just like this could be other people. You see these people falling? This God changing his bodies or whatever. Like, okay, I don't want that body no more. Let me get a new one. So type shit. That's what I'm seeing. That's crazy. Yes. At the bottom of the deck, what I say? We got the Ten of Swords. When one body is done and over with, can't take no more, God is able to move to another one. God is life and death. That's what I'm getting. The light and the dark. That's what I'm getting. Alive and the dead. That's what I'm getting. Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Again, with every ending, there's a new beginning. That's God transforming. Like I said, can I make this shit up? The Tower is the ending. The Ten of Swords is the ending. With every ending comes a new beginning. Does God exist? And the Tower is showing me God can even be Uranus. That's Uranus for me. We already seen him being Saturn. So he even the planets too. Then we have this crown at the top. God is king or queen. Crown chakra represent your connection to your higher self, to God, right? That's him. Like, let me come up out of there. God travels through the consciousness again. Through different people. That's the way I'm seeing this. The Chariot with the Nine of Wands. Again, God moves. Okay? There's somebody on the battlefield, right? Going to war. That could be the people. It's another nine. It's the Nine of Wands. We already got the Nine of Pentacles out here. Where there is confusion and conflict, there is God. Okay? Don't y'all ever fucking forget it. We have the Chariot. That look like a king or queen. That's God with the lions. You see how they say, the Bible say he got one on the right of him and one on the left of him, or something like that. That's what it's given. That's God. God is able to move. What do the Chariot do? It moves. I already said that. Well, we know this is change, right? God can change and move. Two major arcanas out here, the tower and the chariot. Does God exist? God is unpredictable and moves, okay? That's what I'm getting. At the bottom of the deck, we got justice. I'm going to leave it like that because God is the judge and the jury. I already said this. We got justice here again. Does God exist? I'm getting a yes. Another yes. And you know, towers be like, oh no, like don't nobody want to go through a tower, but God be like, yes, okay, you going through it. We talk about foundations and God tearing faulty foundations down. This, that right there. God is trying to move people to a more balanced, right state, upright state, or something like that. But does God exist? Yes, is the answer to that question. God changes, moves, and is right. Okay? Is the judge. Okay? Is the law. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. That's somebody that's scared, that's having fears, probably crying. See, a lot of people be thinking God don't really fuck with those who hurt, who go through shit, but he fuck with them the most. Those that can't get out the bed, those that cry at night, those that's really going through a hard time. This is the Nine of Swords. Okay, now we got the Nine of Swords. We got Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, now the Nine of Swords. It's not a coincidence. 999 is relevant and significant to does God exist? Look up 999. I'm gonna have to put that in the title. 999. You turn that around, it's 666. I'm just saying. I just seen that in my mind's eye. But 9 is completions. It's not endings, it's completions. So this could be saying God is completely everything or something like that. We have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. God is the leader. Um, God is independent, yet God is kind of got his guards up, and God is kind of worried, okay, when we talk about God and God existing. Or this is how God feels about the people. These nines not coming out for nothing. Something is probably almost complete when it comes to the world and God and these people. Like, it's a lot of confusion behind does God exist? It's a lot of conflict here with the Five of Wands. God gonna shock people, okay? He just might disappear one day. I'm just saying. With the lambs. I don't know why I said lambs plural, but these two things right here giving me two lambs. One on the right and one on the left. I know the Bible speak about that a little bit, but we have the 10 of Pentacles. I'm going to end that here because, like I said, we started with the 9 of Pentacles, now we got the 10. This is somebody able to stand on their own, but also with a family, right? 9 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. This is also somebody that got it all, right? is rich. Okay? I know he could turn you to a millionaire in one day. I done seen it. But he's trying to make families right. He's trying to make people right. On an individual basis, up into the families is what I'm getting. You got to start with individuals before you can work on a whole family. You know how sometimes I tell y'all, I don't know about being a reader or a healer or whatever because sometimes I can't heal my own family. This is what I mean. But I ain't God. But God work on us each individually, and then He work on our families as a whole. Like that's how He works. He moves. But at the end of the day, this one but many. Okay, this one, this is many. And we talking about, does God exist? So we got 3 9s out here with a 10, 2 10s actually with this tower. But at the end of the day, the way the cards came out, major arcanas, we have the tower, the chariot, and justice. If I just talk about the major arcanas alone, yes, it might shock some of y'all, but God does exist, okay? But I'm getting he's able to exist in the crown or at the top of somewhere, right? Yeah, even the 9 of Pentacles, God is on top here. This person will be on top. Not at the bottom, the 2 of Pentacles, right? The 9 of Pentacles is very different from the 2 of Pentacles. So that's what I'm getting. Not God only on top, but God wears the crown. That same crown is on this person's head. God moves. God suddenly appears and moves. And I'm just getting God as the judge, the jury with this card. A in charge. That's what I'm hearing. God is in charge. So, yeah, this might shock some of y'all. But God does exist. I feel like when He chooses to do so, it's His choice if He want to exist here or not, or in another room or not. I feel like God moves, and I'm just getting a yes. God is the judge and the jury, single-handedly. Okay, even if it's other gods, with the 7 of Cups, is one true God with this 9 of Pentacles. They really move shit and make decisions, is what I'm getting. At the bottom of the deck, we got Temperance. I'm going to end that there. God could be angels too, but definitely connected to angels, okay? And they are real. We got Temperance here. This is somebody with 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on the land. That's God pouring these cups back and forth. The alchemist. He could be man or angel, judge or jury. I mean, that's just what I'm hearing. But temperance is about healing. God is trying to heal us, heal the earth, heal the people. Okay. I do see earth angels here, and they have God in them. I do see people that's going through shit here, but even they have God in them. And I see one God who is the ultimate healer, independently doing this alone, putting the energy, the effort, and the hard work into healing this world. moving things, making them right, being fair. God is trying to get this world healed back to a balanced state or a fair state, if that makes sense. With these major arcanas, the Tower, the Chariot, Justice, and Temperance. And that's crazy because I was talking about the Two of Pentacles. Big difference from the Nine of Pentacles. I seen it before it came out. But I'm going to leave that there, y'all. What y'all think? I done showed y'all. What y'all think about the reading? I'm going to answer one last time. Does God exist? We have the Star card. And that's a yes. Big as fuck. Remember I was telling y'all about the stars? God pouring down on the earth. Naked. Like, I don't know. This giving me an angel too. Like, this gives me an angel too. But this is about attention and healing too. Like I said, God is healing us. Okay? Can I make this up? That's a big ass yes. God is the star. Right? Y'all know how they say, okay, say it, we talking about a movie, for example. We always got the main character, right? The star. Like, for example, Empire, that sitcom series that everybody was watching. The stars of that show was who? Lucius and Cookie, right? But it was other actresses and actors. God is the star. That's all I'm going to say. At the bottom of the deck, we have the World card. Some told me, look at the bottom of the deck. This is God. This is God having the whole world in his hands. And this is the World card. Healing the world. God exists and is healing the world. So this is two big ass yeses. And he's going to do it successfully. He's ending cycles, whether y'all like it or not. People that have been through a lot in this world. That represent the people. Right? She's wrapped in a snake, which represents temptation of the world, right? Four angels of the earth protecting her in the world. And God pouring down in it like he was in the temperance card. Healing the world. It's giving me Michael Jackson. I don't know why. That song, he knew it. He was a prophet, I believe. But he knew it. He knew even this world needed healed a long time ago. God is healing the world. Yes, he exists. And the world needs healing. And he is the star of this world, period. No matter who else here. Okay? God is the star of this world. So if you want to know, does God exist, just know that God is the star of this world, period. And that's what I'm going to name this video. I love y'all. And what do God got to say? Let's pull some of these Talking to Heaven cards. I send you loving signs through nature. Duh. Pay attention to the signs God is sending y'all. And y'all see that butterfly? We've been talking about that butterfly all reading. God sends us signs. That's what he's saying. I send you signs through nature. Pay attention to nature. Because one thing about nature, it don't lie. Energy don't lie. But all that shit y'all believe in them people say, they be lying. Nature don't lie. God saying, I was met by so many loving people. See, again, the world lacking love. God is trying to save people. There's so many loving people that's just need healed. God wants to be with loving people. Okay? They hugging, they loving each other. If this was God and us, this would be God loving us, trying to hug us, trying to comfort us. God feels sorry for the people. But God know he can heal the people and the world. I have a new understanding. That's what God's saying. We are here to help God to understand. You know? We co-create through him. So he have a better understanding. Or she. This again look like the ethers, the whole world, space, just the clouds. At the bottom of the deck we got life is about a series of choices. Choose love. See? God wants us to love each other. Love came out 2 and 4 of these cards. I send you signs. Love the people. Choose love. And understand that. That's what God is saying. I want y'all to have a new understanding when it comes to love, loving people, and choosing love. And God sends signs through nature. So that's what God is saying. Let's see what else. This is my Talking to Jesus cards. These got scriptures on them for all of you guys who read the Bible. What did God want to say to my collective? It says, come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. God know we tired, right? God know what's going on with his people, right? You don't have to hold this heavy weight. Give it to me. That's what God is saying. Give it to me. I'm here to heal it. And this all the people in the world, not just one, but I'm starting one person at a time. That's what God is saying to us, right? That scripture, if y'all want to go read more, is Matthew 11:28. Matthew can be significant for somebody here. We have, peace be unto you, as my Father has sent me. Now, it's giving me Jesus, right? But what did he say? My Father, meaning that's not him, right? People are so easily brainwashed and misled, and they just run with shit. That's all I'm saying. God wants us to have peace. Jesus too. Just like God gave Jesus peace, Jesus want to give us peace. God is trying to accomplish peace and eliminate heavy laden or labor. You know, here on earth. He want to eliminate that and give people peace. This is John 20:21, if somebody want to go read it. So God is saying, I'm going to give y'all peace. Well, Jesus is saying, I'm going to give y'all peace as God has given it to me. So all in all, God's plan is for us to have peace and drop the heavy weight, right? God is saying, I'm not causing that. People are. It's time to heal the world. Lastly, be not afraid, but believe. God don't want y'all to have fear, but y'all want to believe. But God wants you to believe that he do exist, okay? I'm here, and he holding this baby, and he tending to this sheep or whatever it is. He's saying, we asked, was God, do God exist? Yeah. I want you to come to me so I can take away your heavy burdens. I want to give you peace like I did Jesus. I also want you not to be afraid of me, but believe in me. It's what God is saying. Mark might be significant. 5:36. So Matthew, John, and Mark might be significant for somebody here, but God is saying, don't be afraid of me. Believe in me. I come to give you peace like I did for Jesus. I know y'all carrying a lot. I know it's overwhelming and a heavy load. I know this. At the bottom of the deck, we got Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. John 47, 14:27. Again, that peace. God just trying to give us peace. To have peace here on earth. Yeah, I said God feels sorry for people earlier. You see? Some of y'all, the most important thing too when we talk about God is forgiveness. The next chorus say forgive and you shall be forgiven. Luke 6:37. Somebody's name could be Luke. But this is what I'm saying. God is telling you, come to me when you heavy, when it feel heavy. And I'll give you peace if you come to me. But don't be afraid, believe. And also forgive. Forgive yourself and you will be forgiven. Sometimes we hold on to stuff that didn't go right, where we fucked up, everything like that. God is saying forgive. Not just yourself, but others around you too, so that you can be forgiven. God don't want us holding on to guilt, grudges, and this heavy shit. God want us to be at peace, right? The one true God, the start of the world. This is what God wants. And God wants you to be able to forgive yourself and others so you can be forgiven. Real shit. I once heard forgiveness, if you can't forgive others or, you know, yourself, it can really stop you from going to heaven or to another dimension. Like you could be in a stuck dimension or a stuck state. I don't know how true it is, but I heard that before. Let's talk to the archangels and see what they have to say about God and God existing. Protect yourself is what God is saying. Laugh about it, right? And also, the person you are asking about is trustworthy. And look how I look like a spiritual being. This is God. So we ask, does God exist? God is trustworthy. God is protecting us. God is laughing at us. But at the same time, God is trustworthy. You know? This looked like an angel flying through the sky to protect and defend. This looked like somebody protecting and defending. This is God doing this to us, shielding us, protecting and defending us. Why? Because he's the star of the world. At the bottom of the deck, prayer will help the situation. Pray to God. Pray. It's real. You know, I used to use all kind of sage and candles and all that stuff, me doing tarot, but you know what I heard God say? You've been praying for over 40 years. Why stop now? You don't need all that. So guess what? I threw all that stuff away, and I spend money on stuff. I had all type of stuff, crystals, pendulums. I threw it all away. Because God told me, I'm going to protect you like I've been doing. And I trust and have faith in that. So am I protected? Yes. And I pray every day. Somebody told me last night on the live that we need to pray. We sure do. Can't never have enough prayer. Let me get one more card and we're going to end this. What else did God have to say? God said, protect yourself, laugh about it, because I am. And just know that I'm trustworthy. Just know that you can trust me. At the bottom of the deck, you and your loved ones are safe. So God want to take away your worry. You see y'all worried. He like, I got you. Y'all safe. Like I just told you, we protected. God is here to protect us. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, God wants you to honor and trust in your feelings. Remember I said what's in you, what's within you, okay? The body, That's why God is telling you that. Basically, He's healing you and working on changing you through your own trust and feelings. So honor those, pay attention to those, God is saying. And know that you can trust me to protect you. God, like, laughing because y'all asked God, do God exists? He said you can laugh about it too. It's okay. But God is saying the person you're asking about, which is God, and do he exist, is trustworthy. And I'm going to read this. It says, thank you for helping me to have faith so I can open up my heart wider in my relationships. I am grateful for your protection, ensuring that only trustworthy people are in my life. God is saying, pay attention to those who are in your life, that y'all trust, that y'all laugh with too. Protect yourself. Okay? Yeah, you safe, but you gotta trust in what you feeling. So I hope that made sense, y'all. Do you feel that God is real? Because if you do, trust that. Do you feel God exists? Because if you do, trust that. I love y'all. Peace.